All right,
I mean,
can we talk about your tomorrow?
I'm getting surgered.
Yeah, you're going in for surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was feeling okay about it until the anesthesiologist called me and was like, you're going to be in pain, but we're hoping to get you from a sharp stabbing, ripping pain to a dull throbbing pain. I was like, Jesus Christ.
During the surgery or?
Well, it wasn't specific. And so, yeah, I don't know. And then I remembered my roommate was like, oh, yeah, the last time I got surgery, they said you woke up and were crying out in pain. But she didn't remember it, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's a little better to not remember it, but it still seems terrible to go through.
What are you getting surgered?
What am I getting surgered? My hip, my left hip, which is great because lately my right hip has been hurting. So,
yeah.
What is it? Is it bone shearing kind of stuff, or what's going on?
I got, let's see, femoral acetabular impingement, which means. You know, it's a great story. I've told it a lot of times. The hip is a ball and socket joint, Jeff.
Yeah.
And the ball is not shaped right. It's got too much ball going on. And so they're going to get rid of some of the ball, and then hopefully it's not going to pop out. Well, pop out is too violent. It kind of gets strained. You know, like when you have an action figure and you kind of pull his arm too much back and it comes a little bit out of the joint, but it's not popped out. That happens, and when that happens, it grinds the soft tissues, not unlike a meat grinder or slamming your door or slamming your hand into a door.
What causes this is identical to what Cody has.
Yeah, she has it on the other end, right? She has the socket rather than the ball, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something's misshapen, so the mortar and the pestle are just grinding cartilage.
Yeah.
So she tried. Yeah, I know it's fucked up, but we're all dying.
Yeah.
But it's better that we just fucking deal with it. It actually uplifts us, I think,
Allegedly.
to just be like, we're melting, we're dying, we're
you know
melting,
what you gotta
we're dying.
get? You got to get that CBD.
Yeah.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by
Charlotte's Web
Chill
CBD
Brothers.
oils.
Yeah.
Just throw a little CBD on that.
We can't tell you why because it's not legal to do so. But do it.
What are they cutting open?
They're going to. My understanding is they're gonna make a slight incision on the hip. Pump the opening full of saline such to separate the muscle fibers without slicing them apart. And then going through the gaps, not unlike a submarine traversing the barrier reef. Is that something submarines traverse? They'll get in there, they'll grind down, they'll suck out the bones, they'll take all the shredded...
Suck out the bones, I'm now anti-vax.
You suck out the bones
I'm like,
for
no,
Henry Jones, because Henry Jones don't eat no meat.
Don't suck out the bones.
Huh? Don't suck out the bones.
Don't suck out the bones.
You've taken a Hippocratic oath to not suck out bones.
You mean suck them out like they're actually like going to jack them out?
Well, they're going to get a Dremel in there. They're going to grind away at the bones, and then that'll leave not sawdust but bone dust.
If you're at a Tony Roma's rib joint, suck out the bones. If you're a doctor,
suck on the bones.
You can suck out the marrow.
The bones.
You can suck out the bones.
You could suck out the bones.
Yeah.
But
if you cook the rib for long enough, you could suck the bones right out.
So your socket is what?
My socket's great. My ball is too big. It's oval.
It's interesting to me that they draw a distinction because my fiance apparently has the opposite, but it sounds identical.
Right.
Because if the ball and socket aren't working together, how do you know which is to blame?
Well, X-rays. You could just see.
But you could fix the problem by changing either, right? They're either working together or they're not.
Yeah, but I mean, you could probably, but you'd be, there's extra bone somewhere. So you want to take out the extra bone. You could take out the normal bone to make way for the extra bone, but that's probably degrading the structural integrity of the bone.
I'm sure it is. There's an ideal. Yeah. What am I doing? I want these people to go to 8 years of school.
Right.
I don't want to know more than them. I want to live in that world.
General anesthesia for this?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm hoping to die. It's weird because they always say there's like a chance if you go under, you won't come up. But like, if there's that good of a chance, I don't think they do that. I asked you, you've been under before. Yeah. My wisdom teeth. I got a butt thing.
How many people here?
Let's put a pin in your butt thing.
Right.
How many people here have been absolutely under for a medical procedure? Okay, that's good that you raised your hands.
And you're all alive, huh?
The whole
Holy
audience.
shit! It's the entire fucking audience.
Yeah, I think wisdom teeth is a pretty common one, and you generally go under for that.
Does that count? I don't want to high road you guys.
You definitely go under.
But I've had scopies. I don't know if your tooth procedures count. I think that's more no. But having gone through a couple of scopies like endo.
That's what I'm getting.
And I had they put a slit. They did a biopsy thing. They had to get some shit out of there. So twice now I've been put under.
Right.
And I've come to realize that. Because I remember, and I've talked about this on the show before, but like the first time the anesthesiologist came to me and said, "Do you have any questions?" And I said, "Will I dream?" And she said, "Nope." And it was such a fast answer, and I was like, "What the fuck is with the fast answer? Like shouldn't it be subjective? Shouldn't it be like, well, it depends on your religion?"
Well, I have some answers for that. There's different kinds of sleep, and when I smoked a lot of weed, I stopped dreaming, and apparently. When there's drugs like the what do you call it? What's the sleeping drug that everyone takes?
CBD, bro.
No, not melatonin. It's like the butterfly
to the B.
Netflix.
Lunesta, let's say. Netflix. It's one of those.
That's where you have a potato chip and poop.
Oh no, that's Olestra.
Oh, okay.
This just become the dad hour.
But there's those drugs that put you to sleep. They help you sleep in whatever. And those apparently aren't good because they put you to bad sleep and you don't get rest out of it. You kind of need to go into deep sleep and then go into REM sleep to actually repair your brain or remove brain plaques or whatever good sleep is doing for you. But when you're taking drugs that make you not dream and stuff, it doesn't give you that kind of sleep. It's a different kind of sleep. You're just like unconscious or whatever. And that's not good. You want to have good sleep. So they are inducing that kind of sleep.
They're inducing good sleep?
They're inducing bad sleep. So you're not dreaming, and that's why they have such a firm answer.
Okay, but the good sleep, bad sleep, I mean, good sleep is because you're still alive.
Right.
Bad sleep is you're the equivalent of dead.
Right.
Like that was very comforting to me. The second time I did a procedure where they put me under, and then I came back and I was like, "What the fuck? Why am I dressed like this?" Oh, they cut you up and they think. And then I'm driving home. I'm like. Can't wait to get a drink. Can't wait to get back to my shitty life.
You're not supposed to drive yourself home after that, by the way.
Yeah.
Somebody else is supposed to drive.
That's like the driving. One rule.
Oh.
I'm like in the Uber, and I'm like, take me to the drawing room. And the guy's like, you're not supposed to drink after. I'm like, take me before this fades away. I want to combine it with everything on the top shelf. And part of it is because it's like there is, to me, I do feel like I feared death 10 to 30% more before I had these experiences where they go, we're going to do this thing. We got to work on your throat and we don't want you to sue us. So we're going to put you in a state where you're never going to sue us.
Right.
And the state where you're never going to sue anybody is kind of death. They figured out how to put you in a state that just makes you not exist. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make you dream. It doesn't make anything that your fiance would say to you make you go like, yeah, but like they don't want that during surgery. So you're being put by corporate America into a state called death. And then they're bringing you back out of death. So while that's not necessarily a good power for them to have, it is comforting for me when I think about it. I go like, yeah, oh God, what if God doesn't exist? I'm like, motherfucker, you know what happens if God doesn't exist? It's called everything that led up to that surgery minus all the shit that happened after. That's it. That ain't so bad.
Right. That's what I'm afraid of, though. That to me, that is so bad.
You know what I found?
Well, it's so bad in a philosophical sense.
Well, you've done a lot. You've got a lot done.
I'm just like, it's not Vietnam. It's like, it's not like, well, it's like whatever happens before you go into that state, it's like, Tommy, I can't feel my legs. No, it's all right. Remember the Bronx pizza? Oh, shit, but my intestines. Like, that's all life. That's life. That's not death. There's nothing to fear about death.
Well, like, there's a story of a famous, like, not he's famous, but like a hiker who wrote this thing, and he would go on these giant like mountain hiking trips, and he would bring one long novel to read, and every page he read, he would tear the page off to lighten the weight of what he had, like what he's carrying as he goes along. So he's reading his book, and he's like, why have the rest of the pages behind you? that you're not going to read again. Like he would just tear the pages and throw them away as he hiked along.
Because he's like, the last shit I'm ever going to read. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather carry a light book and like everything before me is the first page of the book that I'm reading, and everything else has already happened.
And did anyone? I mean, everyone right now is going like, what the? How in the fuck are you littering at this time?
Yeah.
Like just because you're there and there's like no cops, you're just like fucking like I bring a bag of French fries. I do the same thing. I like throw a fucking McNugget wrapper.
Lighten the load.
His paper is biodegradable.
I just think the one man's poet is another man's shithead.
Yeah, I mean, look. The first thing I thought too is like litter bug.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, do you want like what if other people 20 years from now want to be the guy that's never been here before, and they're like, what is this shit? There's a Hustler pages everywhere. That's a pictorial about a waitress peeing in a guy's mouth.
Why was his? Why did he take Eat, Love, Pray?
Like a fucking
what
is this?
Bring something fucking heavy.
Skinny legs and all. Tim Robbins just wishes he was Kurt Vonnegut. I don't know if Tom Robbins. Sorry.
You know what scared me? Well, didn't scare me. It scared me. Like, kind of alarmed me after the fact when I had my vocal surgery. I was up at like an hour and a half later. Everything was fine. Everything was groovy. They told me I would need a wheelchair so that like church could drive me home. I had to come out in a wheelchair. I stood up. I was fine. Like, you good to walk? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I didn't realize that they had drawn with a Sharpie an X on the side of my neck. I'm like, what is that about? And they go, oh, that was just to make sure the doctors know what side to cut into.
Right, because otherwise they're so good at their job that they'll just fuck right up. We trust them to kill us and bring us back to life, but they don't know what sides are.
They're going to be putting a camera and a laser beam down my throat, and they want to make sure that they're laser beaming the right side of my neck. But it was just a good old-fashioned X marks the spot on the outside. They goes, oh, we're doing left side today. That's like that was like that's a little too analog
they should be
for
more
my fucking
on the
money.
Ball.
I've said it before. I'll say it again.
And the socket.
Doctors are serial killers with support systems.
Right.
That's it. They're privileged serial killers. I Jeffrey Dahmer might have been head chief of staff, but he grew up in Milwaukee. God bless him.
He was just trying to make AI.
He was just speaking.
I
of
read
which,
the podcast. I read it.
Yeah.
I asked somebody, I was in Milwaukee like 4 or 5 days ago, and I asked somebody, like, you guys have the most serial killers. They go, no, that's Washington. I'm like, they're proud of that.
That's like we're in Australia, like, you guys have so many poison spiders. They're like, 30% of our spiders aren't poisonous. Like, no one's supposed to know that. You're not supposed to have that reaction. All right. Anyways,